Hey guys, I want to explain this too. Say we've got this going on, then what is this like? Insert, we've got our variables, right? var1 would be the idea, except that's not var1 because it's not a header one. So let me just do a column width real quick, trying to make this a little more easy to understand. Okay, so how do we do variables? Okay, we do them smartly. If we've got the home page, that's a certain page. So it's like page 1, and then we might do header 1, right? The header on that page. Then what do we have below it? Maybe like page 1, P1, right? Paragraph 1. Then we got like page 1, P2, 3, 4, okay? And then we got page 1, header 2, first case. So it's an H2 first time, okay? And then we can, the paragraphs probably continue, okay? Page 1, paragraph 5, right? Now, there are different ways to do this, okay? And then I'm just making this point, Control C, okay? And then this is going to be the H2, the second one on the page, and then there's going to be more paragraphs, okay? So then, page, paragraph 9, okay? All this is until page 1 is done, right? This is the idea. And so we have all these columns. We have this column, then that, then that, then that, then that, right? And so this thing right here would really be what? Control X, cut, It'd be like page 1, paragraph 1. Maybe the header is, what is pressure washing? Paste, okay. And so, delete. Just making this extremely simple, right? This is overly simplified, but it gives you the idea. So now, what's our page going to be made of, basically? Control C, just to make this point kind of clear. So we have this forms the page, okay? Copy, transpose, bam. So this is like the page read from the top down, headers and paragraphs and stuff. Now, in some cases, we'll put like break tags between the paragraphs. Other cases, we won't. Okay? And that way we can get variety, where sometimes small paragraphs are made into larger ones, or it's split larger, it's split into 2 or 3, 4, 5. Why? Because we can do all these combinations along the way. So breakpoints. Okay, again, I'm not going to really try to explain. It's just too much to try to explain. I do have a video I put out, like a month ago or something like that, that shows content manipulation, how one small part of the project is handled, at this level of the game. But we're doing it in this new way. So here's the point now that's really, really cool. Because all of these are totally unique, right? The variations that we're creating, whether it's 100 or 1,000 or 50, they're all unique. The paragraph 1 or page 1 paragraph 1s are all unique. The paragraph 2s are all unique. Every sentence, the paragraph 3, every sentence. By the way, we don't do it by the paragraph. We come all the way down to the sentence level. And then that's how we put our break tags and stuff to form different sized paragraphs. But what's my point? Because it's all unique, we don't have to do any kind of mixing and matching. We're just creating as many variations as we want. And they are all totally unique. There's no point in mixing and matching because we're never going to have the same sentence twice in a production, okay? Now, it's possible to have the same sentence twice when you're doing tons of pages with tons of sentences, of course. But we're not mixing and matching sets of sentences. Don't want to do that, okay? We want our pages to be unique, powerhouse unique. So creating a 3,000 page web page that is audited to rank and structured differently than other pages so there's no footprint to it is worth so much, okay? And to do it for $1 per page is extraordinary, right? The idea that we can do that. So let me make this point now because it's really important. Yeah. So 100 such pages, like that page on 100 different websites would be $100. If we got 5 pages that we're doing on 100 different websites, that'd be $500. Except there's a better way to go. At this point, you don't need 100 websites anymore with just 5 pages each. You would condense. Instead of doing 100, you do like 10. So you get like 10 websites with 50 pages each, would be 500 pages. And why 50? It would be 10 different cities. Set of those 5 pages for one city, another city, another city, another city, if you're doing something local. Or that you intend to make local. Otherwise, it's not local, but it's perfectly fine to have all these different pages talking about the topic and let Google pick and choose what goes where, because every one of these pages are great and you're obviously talking a lot about the topic, but the pages are not deconstructible back to a common cause. They're written differently. It's like you wrote about the topic and then a month later you wrote about it again freshly. Okay? But Google could show anything from both pages because they're both good. You just keep writing in the future to remind people about everything you do. And that's not surprising or weird or anything. So that is fine. Having websites done that way is fine. Then it's just 10 domains, 10 hosting accounts, 10 space on the server accounts to renew every year. And you might think, but wow, man, I had 100 sites, now I have 10. Doesn't that mean less power? And the answer is no, not apples to apples at all. Because, and again, I just want to make this clear. Think about this. From a backlinks point of view, there's spam, low, medium, and high quality backlinks. Spam is the garbage that everyone hates, and we never did do that. We always used to do low, because when you produce so many pages that have like one link each to them eventually, 90% of the pages have one link each to them, and that's in the sitemap. The other 10% do their jobs properly because they're higher up in the hierarchy. But that's because the website's like a massive pyramid, and the bottom layer, it's just too hard to figure that out. Or it has been. Anyway, yeah, these are brand new pages, and the writing is okay. So it's not spam, but it's not unique writing. It's not great writing because it was too cost inefficient. We could not do pages like that for $1 back in the past. They'd be like $20 a page. So if you wanted to do 1,000 pages, it would be $20,000. Okay, that's how it would have been a few months ago. Okay, and for 14 years is how it always was. So now though, we can do this. We can do these medium level quality pages, right? That are actually really, really awesome. And this is what we're doing now. And that leads to high. The difference between medium and high is no longer about the quality of the content. It's about the age of the website. So you want your mediums to become high. It's two things really. It's the age of the website and the backlinks coming into the pages of that website over time. But now we can structure our stacks. Think about the value of that. So if you had 10,000 low quality backlinks, that's like having 100 medium quality backlinks, in other words, $100, okay? Which is like having one high quality backlink, and that's where the medium quality backlinks graduate over time as Google's convinced that there's enough age and activity behind those links. So we used to write 10,000 low quality pages, and now we're going to write 100 high quality pages, and that gives us a lot of advantages. If we don't need to write about the cities, we don't have to. And the pages are engaging enough to hold people's attention, increase time on site, get more conversions, get more signups, get more sales, and our website's still going to self-regulate to move sections, track on-click events and how far down people scroll to figure out how to move sections and how to swap out videos and things in order to increase conversions. In other words, aiming for goals that we set it for, so it's trying to do that. Isn't that nuts? So when you have a bunch of different websites, maybe you have 10 websites times 50 pages each, like I said, because this would be based on one kind of page, like what is pressure washing. 10,000 pages about what is pressure washing that were low quality because there were spin tags controlled by humans are going to be replaced with 100 pages about what is pressure washing that are still babysat by people, but they're AI, they're not spin tags, and so the quality is dramatically better, right? And then over the course of time, a bunch of these pages, what Google's just going to convert them a few at a time to high quality, and they're going to be worth so much more because we're not going to remove them. We're going to wind up with who knows how many Google gives us, maybe 75. High quality pages, right, over the course of time, maybe a year and a half, maybe 2 years, as these just graduate, okay? But it's easier to pay for 10 domains than 100, and it's faster and better and more efficient even for our servers. Instead of bogging down our servers with million pages, 900,000 of which will probably never be seen, they're just there to support the rest. Instead of doing that, doing this means much faster websites because there's less total stuff to search through on the server. And it means lean, mean, tighter, better quality websites, and the pages are trainable, and you're just simply going to get more conversion. We're writing the right way. We don't have to use variations. After all, what's the difference between a property manager and what is a property supervisor? No one has any idea what a property supervisor is. Now, if somebody does a search for a property supervisor, the page will come up. But eventually, as they learn about the topic, they're going to discover there's no such thing as a property supervisor. It's a property manager you want to learn about. We're talking about something odd called property supervisor, which I guess doesn't relate to property manager. All right, so either people already got sold, they already got into the video and learned about property managers, and they said, yep, I want to learn more, do whatever, that I want to join, or I want to call these guys. Great. But for everyone who's just trying to learn, right, many of them are going to say, these wording combinations make no sense to me, and that's true. There are variations on wording for everything, and it's not going to make sense eventually, many of the versions. But by the time we switch to this method, they all make sense because property managers stay property managers, property management stays property management the whole time. These phrases don't change, okay? That's amazing. The fact that we can do it economically these days and do the whole job right. Okay, that's enough for this video.